A few years ago, if someone showed you these aircraft, you'd probably assume they were fake. One looks like a giant flying triangle. Another can take off from spaces so short it barely needs a runway. One doesn't even need a pilot. And the aircraft at number 1 is so enormous that it makes today's cargo planes look small. These aren't concepts from a science fiction movie. They're real machines being built right now, and they could completely change the future of flight. Number 5. JetZero Z4. The first time most people see the JetZero Z4, they ask the same question: where are the wings? That's because the entire aircraft is basically one giant wing. For over 70 years, commercial airplanes have followed the same basic design: a tube-shaped body with wings attached to the sides. The JetZero Z4 throws that rule away completely. Its blended wing body design merges the fuselage and wings into a single lifting surface. Instead of only the wings generating lift, nearly the entire aircraft helps keep it in the air. Why does that matter? Because airlines spend billions of dollars every year on fuel. The JetZero's shape dramatically reduces drag, allowing it to fly using significantly less fuel than traditional airliners of similar size. The interior is just as unusual. Since the aircraft is much wider than conventional jets, passengers could potentially experience a completely different cabin layout. Future versions may offer more spacious seating arrangements and entirely new ways to organize the passenger cabin. Military planners are also paying attention. The huge internal volume could be useful for transporting cargo, troops, or specialized equipment. If successful, the JetZero Z4 wouldn't just improve air travel. It could completely redesign what an airliner looks like for the first time in generations. Number 4. Electra EL9. Imagine an aircraft carrying 9 passengers while taking off from a field shorter than a football stadium. That sounds impossible, but that's exactly what makes the Electra EL9 so fascinating. Most airplanes need long runways because they must accelerate to high speeds before generating enough lift. Electra found a different solution. The aircraft uses multiple electric propellers positioned along the wings. These propellers blow air directly across specially designed wing surfaces, dramatically increasing lift even at very low speeds. The result is extraordinary. The EL9 can operate from locations that would normally be unusable for conventional aircraft. Small communities without airports could suddenly gain air service. Emergency responders could deliver supplies closer to disaster zones. Medical evacuation flights could reach remote locations far more efficiently. Unlike a helicopter, however, the EL9 doesn't burn huge amounts of energy simply staying airborne. Once it reaches cruising speed, it flies like a traditional fixed-wing aircraft, making it much more efficient over longer distances. In other words, it combines some of the best qualities of helicopters and airplanes into a single machine. Before we reveal the top 3, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because the aircraft coming up next look even more unbelievable. Number 3. Wisk Generation 6. For more than a century, every passenger aircraft had one thing in common: a pilot. Wisk Generation 6 wants to change that. This futuristic air taxi is designed to fly passengers without a pilot sitting inside the cockpit. At first, that sounds terrifying, but the technology behind it is surprisingly sophisticated. The aircraft uses autonomous flight computers, advanced sensors, GPS systems, obstacle detection technology, and multiple layers of backup systems working together continuously. Its design includes numerous electric propellers distributed across the aircraft. If one system encounters a problem, others continue operating. The goal isn't simply to create another aircraft. The goal is to create an entirely new transportation network above city traffic. Imagine requesting an air taxi from your phone, walking to a nearby vertiport, and flying across the city in minutes instead of sitting in traffic for an hour. If Wisk succeeds, future generations may view human-piloted taxis the same way we view horse-drawn carriages today. Number 2. Airbus Racer. Helicopters have one frustrating problem: they're slow. No matter how powerful the engine becomes, helicopter speed eventually runs into aerodynamic limitations caused by the rotor system itself. Airbus decided to attack the problem from a completely different angle. The Racer looks like a helicopter that collided with an airplane. It uses a traditional main rotor for vertical lift, but adds short wings and powerful side-mounted propellers for forward thrust. This means the main rotor doesn't have to do all the work alone. As speed increases, the wings begin generating lift while the side propellers pull the aircraft forward. The result is a machine capable of flying significantly faster than conventional helicopters while still retaining vertical takeoff and landing capability. For emergency medical missions, military operations, offshore transport, and search and rescue missions, saving even a few minutes can make a huge difference. The Racer isn't trying to replace helicopters. It's trying to create something better. Number 1, WindRunner. Now, for the aircraft that looks completely ridiculous until you realize why it exists. Meet the WindRunner. One of the biggest problems facing the renewable energy industry has nothing to do with generating electricity. It's transportation. Modern wind turbine blades are becoming so long that moving them by road is becoming incredibly difficult. The WindRunner was designed specifically to solve that problem. This gigantic aircraft is being built to transport enormous cargo that simply won't fit inside existing planes. Its cargo compartment is expected to be so large that it could carry components previously considered impossible to transport by air. And despite its enormous size, it's being designed to operate from relatively simple runways closer to construction sites. Think about that for a second. Instead of spending weeks moving oversized equipment across highways, future projects could simply fly massive components directly where they're needed. The WindRunner isn't just another cargo aircraft. It's an aircraft created because the world started building things too big for existing airplanes. And that's exactly why it earned the number 1 spot. The future of aviation looks nothing like the planes we grew up with. The most surprising part? Many of these aircraft could enter service within the next decade. Which one impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more future technology videos.